Well, g'day folks, and welcome back to the channel. Yep, just me again, as half the audience, well, all three of you, switch off because Nicola's still not here. So I've actually brought myself over to a little village called Cong. I think that's how you pronounce it, C-O-N-G. In doing so, I have exited Connemara. And let's just say Cong doesn't seem to be that friendly for camper vans. Lots of no parking, lots of height barriers, the whole 9 yards, but needed to come across here because it did have facilities. So I was going to have a mooch around Congwood, but I have just parked in the Spar car park, and again there's signs all over, 1 hour maximum parking, you will be clamped. I guess it'll be a little short, sharp visit to Cong. But yeah, looks like a lovely little village. Just be mindful, not that friendly towards camper vans by the looks of things. Much luck today with car parks. Wanted to go photograph a wood and another height barrier. I see a sign for welcome to Galway, but I'm actually going that way, back into Mayo, kind of skirting along the border at the moment. This is some lock bridge. I'll put the name up below. Bit of a frustrating day so far. Kind of some beautiful conditions, nowhere to pull over. These things happen. Oh, look at that there. I've just walked from Mayo to Galway. Ha ha! Here we go. Into Galway we go. So that's a lovely backdrop actually with the van and the mountains. So I'm going to carry on this route. I'm just going to sort of complete the mountain route. And it's about 2 o'clock now. Now, ideally, I'd find somebody maybe shoot tonight, but I'm not sure that's going to be feasible. I'm thinking of staying back in Mam, which is the little sort of car park that I was in earlier on this morning, but as usual plans can change. Well, this has been a lovely spot just to catch my breath a little bit and make a bit of an afternoon plan, but it's time to jump back in the van and get going. Might also be time for tea and a chalky bicky as well. Ooh. Goodness me, this place is beautiful, but again another frustrating drive. You need to really be on a bike. Take your time driving through that little mountain pass there, just stunning. It helps as well that the light was absolutely beautiful on it too, but again it's another one of those areas that you really need to take your time and do it very slowly, but it's very difficult when there's only you driving. Where's my little co-pilot when you need her? Frustrating day. Right, we'll carry on. Well, what a day. Absolutely stunning drives, just a little bit, as I said earlier, frustrated that not a huge amount of places to stop out and make images, but taking a big breath and just enjoying the fact that I'm able to do this here. Oh, and by the way, not a bad view behind me as well. Back to on the Greenway, because I'm hoping to do maybe a 10-miler run tomorrow, and we ran this section before. It's reasonably flat and a good place to run, but yeah, beautiful. Sadly though, it's very hazy, so I was hoping actually that there's maybe going to be a little bit of photography tonight, but I don't think that's going to be the case, but that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay because it means I can have my chicken fajitas sooner than I thought. But no, this is beautiful here. And the Greenway actually passes right the way across this loch. This is Balnahinch Castle Hotel behind me here. Right nestled right in the centre of Connemara National Park. So, right, well I'm going to go for a little bit of a wander. Back to the van. Cook up an absolute storm, throw some stuff in a pan anyway, and I guess we'll catch up tomorrow morning as we continue our little bimble. Actually, I need to get my skates on a little bit. I've been kind of not really making my way north with any great kind of speed, and probably got about 2 weeks left, and I want to spend a good few days over on Achill Island. Need to start sort of doing a little bit of a jig up north. Now, I think I'm going to be leaving the sort of inland route behind and following the coast back up again. Visit some of those stunning beaches again. So I'm going to carry on mooching. I guess we'll catch up in the morning. And that, as they say, is a nice little about 11 miles over. My watch kind of stopped for about half a mile or so, but yeah, not too shabby at all. Not a bad place to run, eh? Beautiful morning as well. Enjoying a nice cup of coffee. Just had a nice wash down, and I'm just going to carry on the little coastal route, take a long way back round to Clifton, and start, as I said yesterday, to finally head a little bit north. I think today's going to be a nice day till late afternoon, and then it turns a bit, and I think tomorrow's a bit of a washout, but we'll start to hit some of the coastal signs. Some nice autumn colours coming out as well on the run, but I'm being drawn back towards the coast. Right, enjoy this coffee. Well guys, apologies if it's quite windy here, but welcome to Gertine Bay, and in fact where I am right now, Dogs Bay. It's Tombola, beautiful. The water is absolutely crystal clear. Yeah, so you got a little Tombola that heads out, Tombola that heads out, a bit like the one up in Shetland as well. I'll link a video up there, I'm sure, at some point to the Shetland one, but this is just beautiful. And actually, apart from that wind, it's actually quite mild. But yeah, the waters, I probably should have come down here for my rinse off rather than shower in the van, but yeah, beautiful. And this was actually one of the little bays that we didn't come to on our previous west coast of Ireland trip, so always nice to see somewhere new. Imagine this was your local beach. Not too shabby. Actually, there's a caravan site up there. Some nice views, I'm sure those guys have, probably pay for it as well. I'm going to dander back to the van, and I hear there's a coffee on the pipe. Well, I think I might have to skip my morning coffee because basically it's an area of special conservation down there in Gertine Bay and Dogs Bay. And there's signs everywhere, don't cross the dunes. And so I thought, well, I'll be the good boy. So I didn't. But then I realised that to get back to Gertine Bay where I'm parked, it's a bit of a hike up little country lanes and whatever, but so 45 minutes later, still making my way back to the van. But the good thing about no wrong turns in travelling on the road is just, rather than moving on, rather being coffee time, it's now lunchtime. So I'm going to go back to the van, swing the old doors open, have myself some lunch. Got a hankering for tuna, red onion and mayo wrap, and that's what I'm going to have. So I've just been into Clifton, did a few bits and pieces in there, and I'm heading towards my park-up place for this evening. I've actually parked there before, it's a lovely little area, but thought I'd come down on the pier here, the beach club at Clifton, do a little bit of work. Conscious as well, we still have a little bit of sun going on there, so obviously it's pumping some solar in, so I'm going to spend the next hour with a cup of tea, of course, doing a little bit of work. Plenty of signs up here saying no overnight parking, not that I would have anyway, but I have my little eye on a place later on, and hopefully, I mean, it does say there is some rain moving through, but sunshine and showers, potential for some light. As you may have guessed, the wind is getting up, and I think tomorrow's going to be an extremely windy day, so we'll see how we go. Anyway, cup of tea, bit of work. Not a bad spot though to have an office for the day, is it? Oh yeah, and we're back to Chinese laundry again. Well, that's not a bad little park up, is it? Kind of cheating a little bit because of course we have been here before, and in fact the day we came here we're in the water for ages, and the water looks gorgeous actually, but I'm sure it's a little bit cooler now, but you never know, I might get myself in there tomorrow morning. It's about an hour and a half before sunset, so hoping to get the big boy camera out and maybe do a little bit of photography here, but it's just beautiful. Bit of a sketchy road on the way down, and I did meet another camper van exiting, and thankfully I had the higher ground, so he had to reverse a little bit, but yeah, it's not too bad, just typical single track road fun. Well, I'm going to get myself all sorted for a bit of an evening photography session. Not sure whether I'll be all on my lonesome tonight, but that's not too shabby at all. Ireland, you continue to deliver. Very windy, stormy night last night. Photography session last night was okay. The best of the light had probably gone, so as I often do, turn my attention to the beauty below my feet. And then this morning, not much of a sunrise to speak of, but I'm still out getting blown about. But yeah, it was fairly windy and rainy. Did get joined by another van last night, but we all kept our distance. Very antisocial. No, it's fine. So I am about to head off. No real idea what the plan of action is for today. I think it is supposed to be quite squally, quite rainy, but I'm going to get up the road, maybe park up somewhere else and have a second coffee. But we're going to stop this week's vlog right there, and we'll catch up again next week as we continue our bimble north. I think next week's vlog is going to be a little bit wetter. Right guys, well once again, thanks a lot for following along, and until next time, see you later. Bye bye.